Welcome back, everyone, to Mind is Matter, and this is Makaisha. Yes, I'm going to lay out a few affirmations that I got. I always give credit where credit is due. From The Power of I Am. This is a gentleman who is on YouTube. Very powerful information, very similar to exactly what I preach, except he says it in such a way that just enlightens it to the 10th degree. And no one compares to me. That is absolutely true. So as I bring this forth with that new understanding of his perspective, I intend to amplify it even more. And so I want you to say these things with me or after I do. I am all there is. I am all that is. I'm always chosen. I'm everyone's top priority. No one is better than me. No one compares to me. I want you to claim that over and over and over again. These are affirmations for me that just release all of the pressure, all of the resistance, and allow the things that I want to manifest to come through. And we are talking about emotions and emotional creatures in this entire 5-part episode series inside of the Mind is Matter podcast. Within this podcast, we've talked about so many things. We've gone back to emotions, we've gone into beliefs, we've gone into trust, we've gone into honesty, we've gone into life and money, we've gone into abundance, we've gone into child trauma, we've gone into childhood healing, we've done all types of things. All of those things are wonderful and they make sense and they work, right? We've done affirmations, we've done mantras, we've done mudras. What else have we done? Meditation. We've done all types of things. Yoga. We've done visualizations. We've done vision board parties, right? We've had retreats. We've had sessions with people. I do coaching. Of course, you can work with me if you want to work with me. Easy to find. You just click the link below inside of the podcast, or if you're on YouTube, click the link in YouTube. You'll find the link there to work with me. So we work in many different ways. The quickest way, though, is what I've always been about. What is the fastest way for me to achieve who I want to be? It used to be to achieve what I want. Then I learned that I have to achieve a state of being in order to get what I want. So I said, well, who do I have to be? And that's what I've focused on for the last 2 years of my life. Who am I being? Who am I emulating? Who am I saying that I am when things come into my world and it says, hey, you're this, right? Or your name's not Makaisha, it's Makaisha. It's not Makaisha, it's Makaisha, right? And that's my Instagram handle, by the way. It's Makaisha. So I've developed a certain framework of thinking. And I knew at some point that framework was going to have to be elevated. And it was going to have to change and evolve and mold into something new. And that newness is really the knowing. And in fact, I'm going to show you guys something really quick. Hang tight. I don't record videos and then go back and edit them. So give me one moment. Interesting. It just ripped too for the first time. So I made this, I would say 8 months ago, about that. Made this, didn't know exactly what was going on. I knew it was going to give me some sort of insight to myself, and I knew it was truth. I just felt it was right. It just felt true. So check this out. It's a little pyramid, and it goes from don't want to be, want to be, or what is that? Oh, have to be, want to be, desire to be, know to be, and being. These are the levels, if you choose the spiritual path, that if you're me, I guess I should say, because not everyone experiences the exact same things, right? Everyone goes through different experiences in life. Some people can jump from one to the other. I probably skipped a couple, right? But this is like the level, the chart, the beingness chart, right, of leveling up your consciousness. So how do we back some of this stuff up is with one of the greatest books in the world, and it is actually a instruction manual. Basic instructions before leaving Earth is what I call it, the Bible. It is an acronym to me, basic instructions before leaving Earth, and it is also a way to live life fully, authentically, and in a loving state. This right here, however, am being is what I'm referring to. Who have I been being? So I've been knowing myself to be one thing. I've been knowing myself to be the person who had my past. I've been knowing myself to be the person who was unsure about life, who didn't know what was the right step, who was not good at managing money, who didn't know what next step to take. Again, I say that again because that was a recurring theme in my life. What do I do next? And you may have recurring themes in your life. I want you to take a thought right now, take a moment and think about those right now. Because what those recurring thoughts are things that are just contributing to what you're getting in life. You don't have to think those thoughts. You don't have to believe them. You choose who you are being at all times. So how do we do that, right? There's multiple ways to do it. Affirmations are one easy way, but everything we say is an affirmation. Anything we think and give power to. How do I give power to a thought? By believing it's true, by giving it your mental energy without being conscious of the fact that you're giving it your mental energy. See, that's why meditation is so powerful. I've learned that I can take a step back and observe a thought and say, you know what? I don't accept this thought. Boom, it's gone. Or I can say, you know what? I'm curious as to why this thought's here. Now, I'm not identifying with the thought. I'm not like, oh my God, this thought's so terrible. Why is it here? I'm saying, why is this thought here? I'm curious because it's here for a reason. Do I believe in this or do I not? And the more that I consciously say, no, I don't, the quicker, the longer lasting it is that it stays away. So you, as a conscious being, have to constantly, and it's 24/7, that's why people don't do it. You have to constantly, always be ever confirming and affirming, using your words, your thoughts, and your emotions, who you are. That's not to say don't cry if someone in your family passes away, or you lose a loved one, or you go through a breakup, or you lose a friend, or you lose money. It's not to say don't feel those emotions. Those emotions are natural. They're there. You're living a human experience. They're almost impossible to get away from. They are impossible to get away from, pretty much. They are, however, indicators of who you think you are. They're indicators of what type of person you are based on how you respond to it. You ever felt someone driving in a car behind you? And you can feel their energy's intense. It's not the fact that they drove up fast behind you, because many people are driven up fast behind you, right? It's more like you can feel their energy is like, if you don't get out of my way, I am going to hit your car if I could, right? That energy, that feeling that you get is exactly the same feeling when you have not, the reason why you feel that way, said better, the reason why you feel that rush of energy is because you are the type of person who responds to the energy of other people rushing you. Like the reason you have an emotional response to it. If it never mattered to you, let's say you were like your family was always in a rush constantly. They're always like pushing, hurry up, get this done. But you're the type of person where once that happens so much in your life, you're like, dude, I'm not gonna take it that seriously if someone tells me to rush, because more than likely they're rushing for no reason, they're overreacting, whatever. I don't care if they wanna rush, I'm just gonna chill, right? That's my mindset behind it, personally. That person who's going through that experience, who's feeling like, no big deal. That person, when that car comes up behind them, is not going to care about that feeling of the energy of feeling rushed. It may not even be processed by this person the same way. You see what I'm saying? It's because the state of being in which that person is, it doesn't matter if there's someone rushing behind them in a car or not. It doesn't matter if someone's trying to rush them out of the door and get them to dinner or not. That does not matter. And to some people, it bothers them. And why would it bother that person? Because that person is not the person who would do the same thing, so they think. But in reality, everything that we don't like about someone, we do ourselves. So that's why it's so important not to judge the outside world, not to judge people, not to judge circumstances. Because usually, 100% of the time, you are doing the exact same thing in a different way or in the exact same way. And you gotta watch out for that. But that's not what this is about. So we can choose what our identity is at any point in time. We can choose who we are all the time. You see pro wrestlers do this. You see Donald Trump do this. What does Donald Trump do all the time? He just affirms to himself. He just affirms, we're doing great things. There's the Saudi Arabian king who's going to give us $600 billion. He's such a nice guy. We'll get him to round it up to a trillion. Right? He's always affirming the things. We're doing such great things. This is such a great decision for America. Wow, what a great job people are doing. Oh, this is so wonderful. Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it fantastic? And does Donald Trump let anybody tell him who he is? Not at all. So you can't be mad at a type of person like that just because you don't possess, right, the mentality right now. You don't possess the state of being right now that emulates that same thing. But you are the same exact power that is within that same person that you see that's so great or so wonderful or so egotistical even, right? Not to get trapped in the ego thing. We're not even going to talk about that. But that will be the last episode. We will talk about the ego trap. And it's not what you think, right? The ego trap is people thinking anyone who thinks highly of themselves is egotistical. And it's funny because everyone's trying to make this a movement, like, oh, let her cook and do her thing, and she's she's a baddie and all this stuff. Excuse me. That stuff, though, who's it being done for? Is it being done for the inside or is it being done for the outside, right? So pay attention to that. Now, these two questions right here, I wrote them down. I had to write them down. You know me. Face it this way, okay? What is your current or now identity? Now, the word current is actually interesting because it means there's something moving, right? That means that there's a flow to something, right? So the flow is the now, right? So now is always in flow. There's always only now. Can you go to your past? No, right? Can you go to your future? No. But when you think about your past, when are you thinking about it? Now. When you think about your future, when are you thinking about it? Now. So, is there really a past or is there a future or is there just something that's going on right now that we are experiencing depending on what we choose to experience? That's what's going on. We are always in the current now. And what are we choosing our identity to be right now is what is creating our quote future now. Our future now to take place, right? Who are you being right now? What is your current identity? Who do you say you are? Ask yourself that right now. Who am I saying I am right now? Am I saying I'm the person who cannot afford my bills? Am I saying I'm the person who has no money? Am I saying I'm the person who money is hard to come by? Am I saying I'm the person who love is hard to find? Am I saying I'm the person who love is a needle in a haystack? Am I the person who is saying that it is very difficult to do the things I want to do? Am I the person saying, wow, it's going to be so hard for me to achieve my dreams, to live my passion? Am I the person who's saying all those things? Who am I? Or am I the person who's saying everything works out for me, everything goes well, every single thing that I decide to do goes exactly the way I decide for it to go because I am perfection, I am love, I am light. I am all that is. So nothing can be done outside of me. I am all that is, meaning I have everything. I can never lack. So therefore, if something appears to be lackful, I know that it's not true because it's not me. I have no such thing as lack. Lack does not exist within me. I am not of this world. I am in this world. That is not the same thing. Who are you calling yourself to be? Second question. Who are you currently being? What is your current identity and who are you currently being? The same thing, current, now, being, right? What is your current identity? Who are you currently being, okay? So I got stuck in the know myself to be, like I said. And being is a totally different level. Who am I being? Did I come onto this video and say, man, I really hope people watch this video. I don't know if it's going to be good. I don't know what I'm going to say. Oh my God, it's so stressful to put videos up online. Are people going to like it? What are they going to say about me? I'm wearing these heart-shaped sunglasses. I'm wearing a leopard print shirt. I've got my hair braided this way. I've got these earrings on. I'm wearing this jewelry. Oh my God, what's going on? My voice sounds like the way it sounds, whatever it is. Like, there's all these things that I don't pay attention to. I don't even come to my mind anymore because I am being the person who, of course my videos go viral. Of course people want to hear what I have to say. Of course, I'm sharing the truth, so more people are waking up to the truth. Therefore, more people hear what I have to say. People stop and listen when I speak. People cannot stop listening to what I have to say. Every word that comes out of my mouth is heard, felt, and understood easily, effortlessly. People don't even have to ask me questions, but they are welcome to. People don't have to ask me any questions because everything I say makes perfect sense. Which person do you think that I went into this video as? The second person, right? It's clear because that person I already am that person. However, I'm sharing that with you to give you the example of everything in your life, right? You can revise. So let's talk about revision really quick. This is a little bit of a longer episode. Stick with it. Let's talk about revision. Take a sip of my little black tea out of my glass cup. I love it. So, for the one who has, more will be given, and he will have an abundance. But from the one who has not, even what he has will be taken away. To him who has, it shall be given. To him who has not, it shall be taken away. Right? Given and taken. Revising your life is exactly what it sounds like. And it sounds a little bit out of the box, but it is inside the realm of all existence. We exist in one world, technically two, but really one, and that's our inner world. What you hear me saying is not technically coming from the outside. You're hearing me inside of yourself. Just like when you think a thought, you're thinking the thought inside yourself. You hear my voice inside your head, right? That's how things work. They come from the inside out. Now, that may not have been the best example. Stay with me, okay? Stay with me. When you want to revise your life, all of that means is you go through an experience, something you would not, that is, let's use these terms for those of you who use alignment and things like that. There's no such thing to me of being in and out of alignment. It just is who you are being, but I guess that is a frequency, right, of beingness, so technically you can be in and out of alignment. However, the alignment part clouds people. It makes people question, oh my God, am I in alignment? You know how I started on this track really was saying I am alignment. I just am. And I made a couple of videos on this a few months ago. I am alignment, right? I am money. I am freedom. I am peace. I am joy. I am happiness. I am love. I am perfection. I stopped saying I have these things because then I become a being who has to have instead of just being a being who already is, who has, right? There's a difference. Revising your life, you go through something you don't want to go through, something undesirable that denies or that goes against who you already claimed you are being, which all it takes is you to make a decision, right? You have to make a decision, okay? There's 4 steps to this. Let me just give you the steps. There's really 2, but I'm going to give you the 4, and then we'll go into the 2 on the next one when we go deeper into the ego trap, okay? We'll talk about the other, just the 2 steps, which are, there's only now, and I'm all that is. Okay, that's why the ego trap exists, is because people get trapped in I am all that is being the ego, blah, blah, blah. We'll get there. But right now the 4 steps are awareness, write these down, observation, okay, or not, you can remember them. Decision and inspired movement. So as you become aware of how you've been thinking, of who you've been being, when I asked you that question, you became aware. You're like, oh, I'm being the person who is thinking those things that she just said that I really don't think I should be thinking, right? You became aware of it. Now, you are going to go into the observation stage just naturally. This is just how it works, right? You're going to naturally start to observe, okay, what are all the ways that I do this? Like, do I do this everywhere? Is it just these places? How does this sound? Like, does this feel good to me? Like, you're going to start to go into observation mode. Then you're going to decide. Now, this can happen in 10 seconds. This can happen in 10 minutes, 10 hours, 10 days. It just depends on what the thing is for you, okay? But I would expect it to happen the quicker as you understand the rest of this concept. So, decision, you decide, do I want to continue to be this person? Do I want to be the person who has these thoughts? Do I want to be the person who this experience happens to? You always get in a car crashes, your tire's always flat, whatever it is. Do I want to be this person who this always happens to? That used to happen to me all the time. Y'all don't even know. I used to get into car accidents at least once a year, twice a year sometimes. It was crazy. It was like 6 accidents I had within a 3 or 4 year span. I'm like, what is am I just crazy? Does this happen to everyone? Like, no, it doesn't actually. Okay, so what is going on? I'm just that freaking person who this happens to. Yeah, I was being that person. So, if that's you, you decide, do I want to be that person? Hell no, I don't. Or, hell yeah, I do, right? If that person is upright, righteous, loving, kind, yes, I want to do that more. I want to be that more. So be that more, right? Dude, just double down on that. The other side, you say, no, I actually would rather not. I accept that's how I've been. I cannot talk crap about it because once I do that, I'm just going to be disowning a part of myself. And when I disown a part of myself, I'm shameful. When I'm shameful, I feel guilty. When I feel guilty, I cannot do anything from that energy that is bringing forth light and love and abundance. So no shame, okay? None of that. You just say, look, this has been a part of me. I have had to, I made it a part of me for a reason. I have to accept that. I love myself regardless. I am still perfection. I am love. I am light. I don't even have to acknowledge that that is a reality. Like, here's the thing that's crazy. I'm getting to the point where things that happened in my past, experiences that I had, things that my parents told me about money, things that my teachers shared with me about life, I am revising that stuff. And I'm saying the things that I would tell my children, that I would tell my students, right? I'm saying those things to myself from their mouths. That's how deeply I'm taking this, because when I do that, I ex-nay the part of me, right? That part of me that identifies with lack and not being enough and having to work hard and nothing comes easy. That part of me has to die, because the part that thinks that things are hard is the same part that was told that, right? So if I can revise what I was told, then those things don't even matter to me anymore, because it never happened. Because why? There is only now. When am I remembering the past? Right now. So how I remember the past currently, right now, in the current time, the present, is how it's going, how I am being about the past. It is causing me to be, right? Like something about the past or feel something about the past. That is not true. It's only true because I'm making it true. That's why when two people recall the same event, they have two different perspectives on it, because they both saw it from a different angle, right? So that is a little bit of a rant, you know? I'm going off on this one because it's so powerful. This is so powerful. You are all there is. There is only now. You go from your awareness of who have I been being? Observation. This is exactly what we do in my course. We go through these things very simply. Sometimes it takes some folks a little bit more time. That's okay, family. Everyone gets there, though. That's the thing. Every single person makes it there, okay? So you've got awareness, observation, decision, inspired movement. I love all 4 steps. Doesn't matter which one you're on. They happen quickly. You go through them, and it happens for pretty much anything that comes up in your awareness that you're like, oh, okay, so this is happening because I believe that, right? I believe that I'm the type of person that this would happen to. So where am I believing that? Got it. I'm aware. Now I observe. Ooh, okay, where else in my life? Got it. Understood. I love you. That's okay. Love you so much. Thank you so much for being there for me. Then you decide, I don't want you anymore. Love you. Appreciate you, but you got to go now. Goodbye. And then the inspired movement part is the best, because that's just when you allow life to take over, because who you decided is who you just affirmed, and you do this over and over and over and over again, and then life is continuously beautiful. It becomes easier. Don't worry. It's very easy, very simple, especially once you listen to things like this over and over again, and you really allow it to just kind of permeate. Don't question it. Well, I'm not saying don't question it, but don't think logically about it, right? More so allow the things to take place. If anyone is ever telling you not to question what they're saying, I disagree with that. Question everything I say. By questioning it, do the thing I'm talking about, right? That's the only way scientists get to prove or disprove something. They actually act the thing out. They don't just say, hey, that's not true. And it's just not true because we don't believe it's true. Why? Because our past experiences says it's not true. They're like, no, man, okay, you want to propose that? All right, let's take it into a science experiment. Let's try it out. A day, a 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 day, 6 day experiment, 7 day experiment. Things start going a little weird. Whoa, what's happening in my life? Things are actually changing, but are they changing for the better? When that time comes and you ask, are they changing for the better? You say, absolutely they are. I know who I am. Yes, I'm crying. Yes, I feel this pain. Yes, I feel this sadness. But I feel the sadness. I am not the sadness. I am perfection. I am light. I am love. But I'm allowed to have a human experience. Be kind to yourself. Love yourself more and more every single day. Every single day in every way, things are getting better and better. For the one who has, more shall be given. This is how you revise your life. Be the one who has at all points in your life. Go back in time into an experience that happened yesterday, 2 days ago, 4 days ago. Visualize it, revise it in your head, and then take it from there and move forward as if it happened that way. Because it did happen that way, because you made it happen right now. You are all there is. There's nothing else but you. I am a reflection of you. You are a reflection of me. We are all that there is, but individually, you are your own universe. I am my own universe. I love you so much. Mwah. This has been Makaija, Mind is Matter, and we are coming to a conclusion on the Emotional Creature series. Finally, episode 5, we are going to be talking about the ego trap and the 2 steps, right, that make this a little bit simpler. I give you somewhat of like the breakdown of the behind the scenes, what's actually going on within these 2 steps, right? With the awareness, observation, decision, and inspired movement. However, the 2 things that you need are going to be coming up right now. I love you. I see you very soon. Mwah. This has been longer than I expected, but you're a true one for sticking around to the end. And always remember who you are being. Ask yourself these 2 questions. What's your identity? What's your current identity? And who are you currently being? I love you. See you on the next one. I hope that you are going to have a beautiful day, and if not, I will assume it to be beautiful.